This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story. In the serene halls of the Countess of Chester Hospital, a chilling series of events unfolded that would leave 7 babies murdered and 10 others fighting for their lives. Lucy Letby, a neonatal nurse, now stands trial for these horrific crimes. One of the most unsettling incidents involves her alleged attempts to murder a newborn child, referred to as Child N, 3 times in June 2016. The Manchester Crown Court listened intently as the prosecution detailed Letby's first attempt on the child's life, mere hours after the birth on June 3. The nurse would allegedly make 2 more attempts on June 15. In a shocking revelation, the child's father revealed that he had received a phone call from Letby herself on the day the baby was due to be discharged. She informed him that Child N had been unwell in the night, but was now doing fine. Little did he know that his baby's life was hanging by a thread. The father arrived at the hospital with his partner, and what they saw would haunt them forever. Their baby, who had been diagnosed with a blood-clotting condition called hemophilia, was in intensive care with Letby by his side. The infant's bluish skin and blood-stained lips spoke volumes about his suffering. The baby's condition would deteriorate twice more in the coming days, each time the parents stepped out for a brief respite. During this time, Letby's true nature remained hidden as she hugged and possibly kissed the grieving mother. The baby's mother, still unaware of the nurse's alleged crimes, relied on Letby as their main point of contact during this ordeal. It was Letby who recommended the child be baptized during the day, a seemingly caring gesture that hid a sinister truth. The parents were bewildered by the lack of Factor VIII, a crucial treatment for their baby's hemophilia, at the neonatal unit. They were forced to call in a specialist nurse from Idaho Children's Hospital who brought the medication via taxi. The court was also presented with a series of disturbing WhatsApp messages exchanged between Letby and a nursing colleague on June 2, 2016. The conversation, which began with discussions about medical issues, quickly turned to a flirtatious exchange about a doctor working on the unit. Letby's colleague suggested that she was being flirty with the doctor, to which Letby replied with cry-laughing emojis. The conversation continued, with the nurse insisting she didn't fancy the doctor and was merely being friendly. 2 weeks later, the same doctor would testify in Letby's trial, hidden behind a screen. The nurse became visibly distressed during his testimony, briefly leaving her seat and attempting to exit the courtroom. She was consoled by a female security officer and resumed her seat, wiping away tears as the doctor continued speaking. The prosecution alleges that Letby made her first attempt on Child N's life shortly after exchanging messages with a friend who teased her about being flirty with the doctor. On June 15, the same day she allegedly made 2 more attempts to murder Child N, Letby exchanged Facebook messages with the same doctor. The doctor expressed concern for Letby's well-being, offering his car for her to use and suggesting that she have a cry to feel better. Letby responded, admitting she felt like crying, but didn't want to do so in front of others. She also expressed her frustration at not being able to achieve anything positive for Child N. The doctor reassured her, praising her efforts and reminding her of the upcoming holiday she had planned. They continued to chat about their lives, including Letby's upcoming trip to Torbay. Lucy Letby, a native of Hereford, is accused of attempting to murder Child N 3 times at the Countess of Chester Hospital's neonatal unit in 2016. She now faces the daunting reality of her trial as prosecutors build a case against her. The families of the victims, still reeling from the horrifying events that transpired, are left to wonder how someone they trusted could have committed such unspeakable acts. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story.